Top 10 questions asked in deep learning interview brought to you by Indian Cybersecurity Solution. Deep learning is now one of the most in-demand experts needed by multinational organizations across the world. People who are professional in the field of deep learning and machine learning can find jobs in numerous conglomerates across the world. As data is a lifeline for many business, giving directions to many business analysts as to what are the best steps to be taken for the next quarter. The ability to process large numbers of features makes deep learning very powerful when dealing with unstructured data. This is one of the best time to build a career at deep learning from various top institutes in India like Indian Cybersecurity Solutions, Simplilan, Udemy, Coursera and many more. Deep learning course is not only relative to its subject but also should help students know what are the various questions asked during an interview. So let's discuss the first question. Explain what does deep learning does. Deep learning is an AI function that mimics the workings of the human brain in processing data for use in detecting objects, recognizing speech, translating languages, and making decisions. It has the ability to learn without human supervision, drawing from data that is both unstructured and unlabeled. How deep learning works. Deep learning works with artificial neural networks, which are designed to imitate how humans think and learn. Until recently, neural networks were limited by computing power and thus were limited in complexity. What is neural network? Neural networks reflect the behavior of the human brain, allowing computer programs to recognize patterns and solve common problems in the fields of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. What are the types of neural networks? Feed-forward neural networks, or multi-layer perceptrons, MLPs, are what we've primarily been focusing on within this article. They are comprised of an input layer, a hidden layer or layers, and an output layer. While these neural networks are also commonly referred to as MLPs, it's important to note that they are actually comprised of sigmoid neurons, not perceptrons, as most real-world problems are nonlinear. Data usually is fed into these models to train them, and they are the foundation for computer vision, natural language processing, and other neural networks. Convolutional neural networks, CNNs, are similar to feed-forward networks, but they're usually utilized for image recognition, pattern recognition, and/or computer vision. These networks harness principles from linear algebra, particularly matrix multiplication, to identify patterns within an image. Recurrent neural networks, RNNs, are identified by their feedback loops. These learning algorithms are primarily leveraged when using time series data to make predictions about future outcomes, such as stock market predictions or sales forecasting. Describe Boltzmann machine. A Boltzmann machine is a network of symmetrically connected, neuron-like units that make stochastic decisions about whether to be on or off. Boltzmann machines have a simple learning algorithm that allows them to discover interesting features in datasets composed of binary vectors. What is Boltzmann machine used for? Boltzmann machines are used to solve two quite different computational problems. For a search problem, the weights on the connections are fixed and are used to represent the cost function of an optimization problem. What are the elements of neural network? Input layer. This layer accepts input features. It provides information from the outside world to the network. No computation is performed at this layer. Nodes here just pass on the information features to the hidden layer. Hidden layer. Nodes of this layer are not exposed to the outer world. They are the part of the abstraction provided by any neural network. Hidden layer performs all sort of computation on their features entered through the input layer and transfer the result to the output layer. Output layer. This layer bring up the information learned by the network to the outer world. What is the cost function? It is a function that measures the performance of a machine learning model for given data. Cost function quantifies the error between predicted values and expected values and presents it in the form of a single real number. What is a softmax function? The softmax function is also a type of sigmoid function but is handy when we are trying to handle classification problems. These are the top 10 most frequently asked questions in an interview for deep learning. Hey wait, the buck doesn't stop over here. There are more questions that are asked in deep learning interview that we will discuss in our next